people could have a different selection criteria. Some people might say, okay, the company which is giving more dividend, I will invest into only those stocks which is giving more dividend. So you need to have set those parameters and then select the company. But Nikhil, if you remember, I said another thing. In the selecting those parameters and consistently monitoring them, keeping a watch on them, it is a very difficult task. It will take a lot of time of yours. So that is why if you want to invest into equity, go through a mutual fund route. Because in mutual funds, you can do or you can start with as small an amount as 500 rupees or 5,000 rupees. You can start a SIP with 500. You can do a lump sum investment through 5,000 rupees. And the beauty of it is, you can say with 5,000 rupees, I can also invest into direct stocks. So what is the difference? Here in mutual funds, the difference is that with 5,000 rupees, you can invest into multiple stocks through a single mutual fund. When you are investing into Nippon India Growth Fund, now, if I'm doing a 2,000 rupees ka SIP into Nippon Growth Fund, the Nippon Growth Fund is a mid-cap fund. What does that mean? The Nippon Growth Fund is investing into 60 to 70 or maybe more than that, mid-sized companies. So even if I'm investing 2,000 rupees, that 2,000 is getting invested into 60, 70 companies. So what is happening? My risk is getting diversified. I need not bet on a single stock. If you are investing into a stock, what will you do? If you have 2,000 or 5,000 rupees, you won't be able to buy 50 stocks. What you will do? You will try to bet on 1 or 2 stocks. In that case, the risk is very high. Obviously, the rewards can be also very high, but the possibility could be lower if you don't have a proper study. If you don't have proper patience, then it will be more risk than the reward. So these parameters generally vary for different investors. And to tell you, I'm not directly, even if I have a mutual fund portfolio of around 75-80 lakhs, I'm not directly investing into equity. Even though I'm a financial advisor, I advise people on financial planning, I don't have any direct equity exposure. I'm not investing because that is not my forte. It is a full-time job altogether. To study the companies, to shortlist the companies, to keep a watch on their performance. It is a full-time job, which I cannot do. Or rather, for a retail investor like you, me, and all of us, it is very difficult to keep a consistent watch on the performance of the stocks. The parameters which I showed you in the presentation are some of the parameters on which you can select or shortlist the stocks.
Sir?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, the next question is from Girish and Amrita. They want to know what are the major important stocks or companies we need to select while investing.
As I told you at the start of the session itself, I won't be able to give you any stock ideas. This session is not for giving the tips. Whatever the ratios or details I have shown you, based on that, if you want to buy stocks, you need to do your own research. And if you don't want to do your own research, go the mutual funds way. There you can select, you want to invest into big companies, go for a large cap. If you want to take a higher risk, go for mid cap funds. So there are multiple kinds of funds in mutual funds. If you want to select based on your requirement, if you want to go for a high risk, high reward kind of thing, you can go for small cap funds, which are investing into small companies, which has a potential to give you higher return, but at the same time, the risk is higher. But if you want, I don't want very high return, I'm happy or satisfied with the moderate returns, maybe you can go with the large cap stocks and large cap funds. These funds are investing into big companies only. But I'm sorry, I won't be able to give you stock ideas. I'm myself not studying the stocks.
Sir,
Yeah.
Atharva wants to ask, how can I minimize my risk when I invest in stock markets?
The risk can be reduced. First of all, where the risk is high, uh, uh, if the companies are bigger, if you know the businesses, if you know the business of the company, then the investment decision is based on the known parameters. Just to give you an example, don't take it as a stock idea. If you want to invest into TCS, if you want to invest into software company, which company का name comes to your mind? TCS, Infosys. The company का financials are available in the open market for everybody to see. You can see how the company ka stock has performed. You can see the company ka financials. I showed you the company ka financials on that screen. Na? If you see, 1 minute. Tata Consultancy. So here you can see how the sales is growing, how the operating profit is growing, what is a margin may not grow. Now here just keep in mind, operating profit margin may not grow because margin is calculated based to sales by profit. So rather profit by sales. So it will always remain in the range of maybe 25 to 28, 30%. But you need to see whether the company's operating profit is growing, whether company ka net profit is growing, if the dividend payout or earning per share is same. If these are the large companies, then you have all the known news in the markets. It is available to you. Based on that, maybe you can judge whether the company is good or not and what are the likely chances that company might perform better. As against that, a small company, a very small company, a startup, at that time the investment might look very lucrative. Somebody might say कि अरे अभी कर दो ये double ये 6 times 5 times हो जाएगा 10 times हो जाएगा. But that company ka news, that company ka internal financials, if those are not available in open for everybody to review, then it is a risk. So there the rewards might be more, but the risk will always be very high. As compared to that, large cap or big size companies, there the returns might not be very high, but risk is comparatively lesser. But it is lesser, not the risk is gone. You might be knowing the example of Satyam Computers. Satyam Computers was also a large cap company. Or just to give you a recent example, Yes Bank. Yes Bank was a large cap stock. So with the same example that I gave, you might also say, sir, Yes Bank bhi to large cap stock tha. Then also it went down and now it is trading at 15 rupees. It was at one point of time, it was at 500 rupees. So what went wrong? Again, same thing. There were some, in case of Satyam, so there were financial documents were fudged. So that those were managed. So that is why these things don't come to foray for a average investor or for a retail investor like us. That might always happen with some of the companies. May it be large cap, mid cap, small cap. There are chances of managing the financials and reporting the false, giving the false report is always there. But the possibility is lesser in case of large cap. In case of small cap, there are a lot of possibilities. So maybe if you want to reduce the risk, to start with, you can go with large cap companies, you can go with large cap funds to start your investment journey. And thereafter, as you understand the markets, as you understand the companies, thereafter you can take a higher exposure to maybe mid cap or small cap or multi cap companies.
Thank you, sir. Sir, the next question is from Shraddha. She wants to ask, is it safe to invest in unlisted stocks as a beginner?
As a beginner, though, it is very risky. I will always say, you will say, sir, you are repeating the same thing again. But for a beginner to directly invest into stocks is very risky. And that too, if it is unlisted, it is altogether more risky. Because for unlisted shares, you don't have anything available, any data available in the open market. How you will judge the company? If you want to invest into anything, you will first study what that company is doing, what does the company has done in the past, so that it will give you a fair idea how the company is performing, how the company financials are growing, how the EPS is growing, how the profit is growing, how the margin is maintained by the company. So based on that only you will take a decision. No? For unlisted share, these things are not available in the market. So you will have to believe the promoter who is sharing you and who is asking you to invest into his unlisted share. If you know in and out of that business, then it is okay. Otherwise, it is very risky. Unlisted shares are very risky.
Sir, Katik wants to ask, what are the different investment options available in the share market?
Different investment option is, one is to direct buying, selling. One is trading, day trading. People buy in the morning and sell in the evening before taking the delivery of the stocks. Second is normal buying and selling. You buy today and after taking the delivery in 2 or 3 days, you sell it afterwards. You can hold it for long term as well, or maybe for perpetual. You can hold it for eternity. And third thing are future and options, which is again a very risky. You are leveraging the investments. So that is another option to invest into equity. Fourth option is, as I said, it is investing into equity through mutual fund route, wherein you are not directly buying the company ka stocks. You are buying mutual funds, which indirectly are buying the stocks. So you become an owner of the stocks only, but through a mutual fund route, wherein the fund manager manages the company's investment day in and day out.
Sir, I would like to ask a question.
Yeah, go on.
How is cryptocurrency market different from the actual BSE and NSE market?
Cryptocurrency is a virtual currency, so their market is altogether different. No? This is a stock market. In stock market, there are listed stocks or listed company which are traded by the investors. Whereas cryptocurrency is a virtual currency market, rather not virtual market. It is a virtual currency market, where crypto or that virtual currency is traded. So that is a different. I said the third market was foreign exchange market. Like that, there is a crypto market, but again, it is not a regulated market. Till now, government has not recognized the cryptocurrency market. So be wary while investing into it, because it is not a regulated market. I said while investing into equity, it is a very well regulated structure. So SEBI is there for anything and everything. What is happening into equity market, you can go and ask a regulator which is sitting at the top. Now just take an example of your college. You have got you are studying into Ruparel College. If something happens to you in your exams, a question comes which is out of syllabus. Simple thing. You sat for exam, commerce ka exam, accountancy, and the paper question which is out of syllabus. What you will do? First, you will raise a query with your examiner or with your professor. If he is not answering, you will go to your principal. If your principal is also not answering, you will go to the university chancellor. So there is a structure available to address your query. So you know, okay, if I am into a problem, there are somebody who is available over there. There is a structure which is available over there, which will help me solve my queries and give me justice. In that is what happens in a regulated market or regulated structure. In crypto, there is no regulator. Tomorrow, if you are investing into cryptocurrency and for some reason you forget the password or PIN of your cryptocurrency account, your money is gone. There is nobody who can help you unlock the password. Or during the transaction, if something untoward happens and your money is lost or your transaction is rejected or something happens, there is no third-party regulator to whom you can address your query and get it solved. So your valuation might be looking very lucrative, but these are the things that you need to keep in mind.
Okay, sir. That was the last question. And thank you, sir, for sharing your expertise in the field of finance. Thank you for giving your valuable time. Now I request our mentor, Mr. Vignesh Devlekar, to give a vote of thanks.
Thanks, Neha.
Hi, sir. It's Vignesh Devlekar,
Vignesh.
mentor of Udyojak. Sir, it was a good session, informative session, and thank you for giving your valuable time and so much information about stock market, mutual funds, SIPs, and all things. Like you gave information about cryptos also. Thank you, sir, for your time and valuable information. Like we learned a lot from this session. Like we learned how to analyze stocks and how to calculate those things. Thank you, sir, for this valuable session.
Yeah, thanks, Vignesh. It was very nice. Actually, I love to interact with the new generation because I see a lot of potential in them. You are going to be tomorrow's investors. And if you are
Yes.
guided properly, then only you can make money and you can be wealthier. So that is why I'm investing time into you. I hope you like it. And it is not a regular kind of a boring lecture. I hope it was interactive session and you got
Yes,
something
yes,
in from it. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir. We gained a lot of information from you about stocks and all, and mutual
Thank
fund as
you.
well.
Yeah, thank you.
Like
Thanks,
if
Neha.
anyone,
Thank
if
Pranav also.
anyone needs, yes,
Thank
yes,
Pranav
sir.
also for organizing this.
Okay,
Like
I would
anybody
like to.
needs
I'm seeing a
details
lot of thank you
about
messages.
sir, I will share the details. So you can have personal conversation
Yeah.
with
Please share
sir.
that. Yeah, yes.
Yes, sir.
Those whoever are interested can get in touch with me. You just share their phone numbers and email address with me. I will send them a hi. If they are interested, they can add my number into their contact list
Yes, yes.
so that they can start receiving some informative messages. Based on that, whenever you are interested into doing any investments or you need any guidance, it may not be an investment. If you need any guidance, you can always call me or you can always SMS me.
Yes, sure, sir. Like thank you everyone for attending this wonderful and amazing informative session. Thank you, sir, for your valuable time and knowledge. Like I will conclude this meeting.